Greetings and welcome to the Prime Directive. I'm your host, Jeffico. My co-host as always, Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
Strange New World, Season 2, Episode 6.
Bonus episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprise drop. Thank you, Comic-Con.
I guess maybe it wasn't a surprise if we were paying more attention, but I was surprised.
Well, McMahon told me on Twitter.
Yeah.
If it's still called Twitter these days.
I think it's called X.
Yeah.
Right as of today.
Well, my phone takes
I've
a
dated
long
our video.
time. Yeah, my phone takes a long time to do updates, so we'll see.
We'll see.
So, it's a good episode of Lower Decks.
Holy shit. Yes, this was fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to show this to people and just not tell them it's a Strange New Worlds episode. You skip the first part. Like, you just start at the cartoon part, and it's going to blow their minds.
Isn't that where it starts?
Yeah, but you skip the previously on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, if you didn't do that, you wouldn't get Mulan and her sadness about Kurt, and then she could bring up that one line to him and just be like, I have a personal rule about time traveling.
This is going to happen a lot to you in Starfleet, kid.
How are you so excited for some random portal nobody's ever heard of?
History buffs have. It was discovered by Captain Pike and the original crew of the Enterprise. I mean, the second Enterprise, but technically...
Yeah, okay, it's gonna be like every other portal, and we're just running scans.
Yeah, we get to see the crew, the lower deck crew, just hanging about.
Yeah, we definitely had to give some lines to everybody. It's a shame that Rutherford and Tendi didn't really get to come along, but...
Yeah, well, I think we knew.
Yeah.
Also, like, acting experience-wise, made sense.
Yeah, I guess so.
Jack Quaid's a little bit bigger of a deal right now. Guy's in Oppenheimer. He's in everything.
He is.
And then they go down on a planet. They check out some Orion Discovery.
Yeah, they check out a portal to see if there's any portal problems.
Yeah, I like that Tenny's just like, no, this was actually discovered by my great-grandmother.
Yeah, and Boimler's just being outright racist.
Yeah.
And then, like, 10 minutes later, he's scolding the Enterprise crew. Be like, actually, in my time, this is considered insensitive. And it's just...
He learned his lesson.
Yeah, he did. Me being all high and mighty about knowing something that I learned 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Remember me!
It looks so realistic.
Yeah. I mean, it was dark, so, like, you could barely make out the purple.
Oh yeah, I was watching the hair a lot, like when he was moving in and out of the light. It's great.
Yeah, he got there, he started fanboying pretty quick.
Pretty immediately.
And then right away they're just like, these are the rules. You can't do this, you can't say this. And I was like, does Chris think those are the rules? Because Chris recently just says that, like, hey, whatever happens, happened.
That's the way it works. That is the way it works every single goddamn time, and this episode is no exception. Nobody has ever fucked up the timeline. You go back in time, and whatever you do is what was already done. Every time.
Yeah, I want to believe you, but then there's that Simpsons episode with Homer and the toaster, and he goes back, and they had the long tongues, and he said, close enough.
It was close enough. I live in that world. That's fine.
Well, the donut raining.
I know, they ruined it.
Spock ran an analysis of this delta. It's not just a badge, it's also a communicator. You just press right here.
But flipping it open's the best part.
I like ours better, too.
Boy was a little afraid of Una. A little intimidated, it would seem.
Yeah. That was a fun little mystery. I was like, oh no, what does he know? Oh, speaking of what does he know, did you catch the koala in the opening credits? Yeah. We glossed over the opening credits. Goddamn, that was fantastic. I like how they kept the little sucker guy on the nacelle there.
Yeah, I was expecting a few more things, but they kept it closer to Strange New Worlds.
No, that was absolutely beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, I had to explain the koala to the person I was watching it with. I was like, that's what you see at the end.
Why is he smiling?
You know everything. Yeah, just the interactions with Boimler was going nuts, and then, like, you know, it took him a while to figure stuff out. Spock, a little off.
This was a big episode for Spock.
Just the random smiles, the random one-line jokes that he would throw out.
We know it's short-lived.
Yeah, no, Boimler just fixed your cannon by saying it goes away.
Yeah, and it do.
Yeah.
It do. I really appreciated all those little one-liners out of them, like just observing the universe. Like, oh my god, I wasn't ready for how hot young Spock was going to be. And you can tell everyone can hear them. Yeah. Because why does everyone speak so quietly and so slowly here?
hold up. Look, I'm gonna keep this like 100% profesh, but I was thoroughly unprepared for how hot young Spock was going to be.
Yeah, he's full of surprises.
Like what? The body, the face, the ears, what?
I realize
I really loved lamp shading, just those slightly different rules that the two shows operate by.
Yeah, Mariner really helped Uhura like open up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought she fit pretty well into this. I was happy when she showed up, and I was like, oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just won't shut up.
Yeah, oh yeah, they were a mile a minute. I loved it.
Archer's Enterprise.
Yeah, classic design. Plus it had, the grapplers.
Skip that part, they don't care.
I love grapplers.
See?
All right.
Anyway, later on in the tour, they said that ships back then actually used heronium alloy in their hulls.
Got some NX-01 references.
Yes. Yep, right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it was very cute little bow on the end. How, the Enterprise crew ended up geeking out over the NX-01 crew the same way Boimler and Mariner are geeking out over them. And it's like,
they get the one part of the ship that's made from the stuff from thingy.
Heronium? I think it was heronium they were saying.
Orions were
Scientists.
They were pirates, Chris.
No, they were sciencing.
Yeah, they were pirating.
They were pirating a little bit, but in a sciencey way.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to be racist here, but
No, don't. Just don't do it.
But they pirated.
No, just don't do it. It's part of their culture. You wouldn't understand. They did science activities.
Yeah.
And then they got credited for it.
I don't know what science activities they actually did.
Mm-hmm. Portal.
Yeah, well, they were told about it.
Portal.
They were just given credit.
Yeah.
So they actually didn't do any science whatsoever.
Actually, one of our best friends in Starfleet is an Orion officer, a scientist. Although she does also go by the name Mistress of the Winter Constellations. It's very strange.
Not me.
Her great-grandmother's on your ship.
I enjoyed Chapel and Ortega messing with Boimler.
Yeah, that was good fun. I don't know. I think my favorite little bit might have, just with Boimler, might have been when he rewires the ship and they just can't look.
We can't actually.
You know what?
Not look.
I guess maybe.
Didn't we talk about that?
Yes, using future knowledge. Yes, I know I shouldn't. But what if I could use it and you guys just don't look?
That's ridiculous. We can't just not look.
Very cute.
Complimented Pike's here.
Oh yeah,
Good
yeah,
moment
that was
at
good.
the end when he let it know that it was Pike's birthday coming up, and so the crew's in the front price is like, "Don't want it. I'm gonna go ice fishing."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, well, I know what's gonna happen."
Yeah, I very much expected there would be some kind of awkward conversation where he's just like, "Oh yeah, I know about the chair," and he basically like, I was just watching Mariner during that scene. She's like, "Oh, what the." I need to go look at them both again, but yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. No, that was a good moment because Pike needs to spend some time with his crew.
Mm-hmm.
Let his friends be his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like the day's coming up quick though. Like,
Yeah.
from what Boimler was saying, what day is it?
Ugh. Oh no.
This could be your last birthday. Like,
7 seasons.
yeah. Well, he's on a 5-year mission. I don't know how many years. This is year 1, right?
Sure.
So yeah, I don't know. I just get this fear that they're just gonna be like, "Hey, here you go, Kirk." Pike wants some time off.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna kill him early.
He's coming back again this season, isn't he? Kirk?
He's not going away.
Yeah. No, I like the character, I like him, but I feel like we're in danger of overusing him.
Oh,
I guess we'll talk about that when it comes to it.
When he came back in the last episode, it just didn't even make sense. But it's like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel lucky?
No, not at all. Okay, so... Okay, is that bad? Are sparks bad?
Yes. See cover.
Didn't get any Sam this episode.
No. That would have been fun. Boimler would have been like, Kirk is on board this ship? And then meets Sam's like, yeah.
That would have been actually really good.
Pleasure
Yeah,
to meet
yeah.
you, Mr. Kirk. Yeah, fuck.
I like how annoyed Pike was starting to get. He's just like, you're gonna be Starbase's problem when this is done. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Tired of this shit.
Definitely pissed off Dad this time.
Yeah.
Even when they were dressing him down, like they come into his room and he's just making dinner. I guess that's Pike's thing. They've decided he's just always cooking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he probably likes to, and he probably said, "Hey, I want to do this for my character." Because I didn't see Jeffrey Hunter cooking.
No.
You never know how many birthdays you have left. And right now, you have friends who want to celebrate you. While you still can.
I think I know what you're getting at, and I already know.
Final thought, Chris.
Final thought, are we there yet?
Well,
I haven't talked about all the jokes and shit.
Oh, well, you go ahead and talk about all the jokes you think you're going to remember.
I'm going to remember so many jokes. Okay, so, like, when Boimler was mounting the saddle in, like, the ready room there, he lifts like over, he says, Riker, and that was funny because it was improv, and also Riker was sitting right there directing because he directed this episode. No, it's good. It's good jokes.
What else you got?
What else do I got?
Yeah, nothing. You got nothing.
What? No, there was a lot going on. I liked when at the very end when Ransom came by, and he was just like, "Oh, Una, the hottest first officer ever," and that's because their actors are married. Yeah, very cute, very cute, and actual emotional gut punches in this episode. I felt so bad for Chapel in the elevator there.
I never assumed that I would get to influence him forever anyway. I don't even want that.
That was brutal. Fucking Boimler. Boiming all over the place. And it was actually really, really important for Una to hear that they put her phrase was actually on the poster, on the recruitment poster that she's on.
Yeah.
Because like Boimler, coming into this, he's from the future, it's all settled. But Una doesn't know, like, she's won a legal battle, but she doesn't really know what's going to happen in the future. Like, things could get slid back, it could get worse, but then she finds out, no, she's like the face of Starfleet recruitment for a lot of the reasons that she talked about during her trial, and it's like, that's huge for her.
Yeah.
That's actually a big moment.
I like that, was it Spock and somebody was commenting, just like, their references are rather specific.
Extremely specific. Yeah, they were doing the Bell Riots, and it's like, yeah, these guys don't know, I mean, they know the Bell Riots occurred, but they don't know why they're referencing that.
Yeah. It's because that's what Ortegas is, references.
Yes, and we love it.
Do you know how worried I was? You disappeared in a vortex while I was in charge. For all I knew, you were dead or stuck in a dystopian San Francisco in the middle of a riot.
Have you noticed that the references are weirdly specific?
Indeed.
I really enjoyed this episode. A lot of fun. I really enjoyed the clash of like the two different styles and blending them. And the characters didn't change. I was just like, oh, they're probably gonna do something. No, the characters didn't change. Mike McMahon must have wrote for everybody. And...
No, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate how we got to see the animated versions of the Strange New Worlds crew at the end.
Yeah.
That was good. Because if we're going to see the real life versions of the Lower Decks, we should see the animated Strange New Worlds too.
It worked out well. So, like, they really dragged that, like, what are we drinking? Out for a bit.
Yeah, because Mariner warned them. She's like, no, this will fuck your life up. Like, this is bad.
Yeah, not using the real stuff, and then they got the real stuff. And
yeah.
When we shouted surprise, you didn't seem very surprised.
Come on, number one, I knew. That's why I canceled my fishing trip. Someone reminded me that maybe I should celebrate with my friends.
I feel like the rules just have to be, this is now my new favorite episode of Star Trek. Like, dude, it was so cool. It was so cool.
Not enough stuff happened in it for me.
It was so cool. Yes, this is probably going to be the best episode of Strange New Worlds. Where there's a musical episode coming up that could be stupider, but gosh darn it, we'll see.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm scared.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very scared. Star Trek musical.
Yeah, this is going to go one way or another, and I am here for it either way.
Yeah. I wonder if Lalonde's going to sing good in this because she actually has an album, but her characters generally sang bad.
I'm interested. Yeah, I don't know how much of the crew has a musical background, or like how many of the actors have a musical background. So I would assume they would just, lean the episode more towards whatever characters do. But we'll find out.
Alright, I watched the Buffy one and that worked out fine. You just write a lot of comedy in it.
Scrubs.
If you don't want, no.
Yeah.
Alright, well as always guys, thanks for watching. See you next week.